The tall man was standing right in front of me, unmoving. He didn't seem to be breathing either. His dark eyes had no light in them, and I felt they were searching my soul as he looked at me. He wore a black suit. His skin was white as snow, his hair dark as night, like I was in a black and white movie. I wanted to ask who he was, but my words could not roll out of my mouth, even though they were clear in my head. And yet, he answered my silent question anyway. But it wasn't a normal answer. I didn't hear him through my ears, and his lips did not move. I heard him in my mind. No, in my soul. His words filled me with dread like my veins were getting filled with darkness.
You know who I am, but you do not want to admit it.
His voice was low and booming, even if it was only in my head. And he was right. I knew it in my bones. I also knew why he was here, and didn't like it. I wished it wasn't him, but death instead. The dark, cloaked skeletal figure with the sharp scythe that had come to take me and end my pain. I would welcome death with open arms, like an old friend that I was expecting. Yet it wasn't death that stood in front of me. It was the devil itself, and he came to make me face my demons, knowing exactly what I was thinking at all times, not letting me forget. Therefore, I didn't bother to answer him out loud. I just replied to his stare with my own, sending my words to him with a bit of resentment added to each of them. I don't want you here. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you ever again. He was silent for a bit. A smile in the corner of his mouth started to form, like he was taunting me, like he was laughing at my words. Before he answered me,
You say that like you want it to be true, yet here I am. You know what you have to do for me to go away.
I knew. Of course I did. But it was too painful. Instead of doing what I had to, I spoke up, yelling, spitting my words at him, hatred in every sound I made. I hate you! I want you gone! My fists were tightly clenched, and my fingernails left marks on my palm. I knew that I should feel pain, but I didn't. My aching heart was shadowing any other physical pain I felt. He was calm as he answered me, still not using his voice, his words pressing on my mind and soul. The same half-smile was painting his face.
Say the words and I'm gone. I don't want to be here either.
He waited then, and I did too. A staring contest at first, where I let my anger feed my will and not take my eyes off him. But my will soon started to shatter as tears ran down my cheeks. I didn't even realize I started crying, but as soon as a few tears reached the ground, I knew I lost the battle with myself. I dropped to my knees and buried my face in my palms, sobbing silently for a while as he just watched me, waiting for me. I didn't look up at him as I whispered the words, I'm sorry. I paused, not knowing how to explain my feelings, and heard his voice like he was right next to my ear.
Mean it.
It didn't seem like he was giving me a choice. I knew he wasn't going to leave until I did what he was here for. And then the words burst out in a storm, feeling lighter with every sentence. I'm sorry, I said! I hated myself. I'm sorry I wasn't good enough. I'm sorry I wished I just vanished to make it easier for everyone else. I'm sorry I think I'm not worth it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My voice broke down towards the end, and I could barely hear my own words. I heard him moving and looked up. He was right in front of me, towering over me and offering his thin white hand with long fingers to help me up, which I took, and I did get up. His smile seemed more friendly, yet with a hint of triumph in it, like he had won this battle. But I didn't smile back. As much as he was now free to leave, I was sad to see him go. Don't go! What if I'm not strong enough? What if the darkness creeps back in? He touched my cheek, wiping the trace of one of the tears left behind.
Then I'll be back to remind you. You're strong enough to face your demons. Goodbye, my child.
And with that, he vanished, and I was back in my garden, turned on my side, having puked up all the pills I had taken before I passed out. I wiped my mouth and laid back down on the grass, smiling as I looked up at the clear blue sky, feeling stronger than I felt in a long time. It's not my time yet.